Your coach has probably told you at some point, just practice your weak foot, and so you did. Wall passes, extra reps, using it in training, and you still have no idea why it won't work. The advice isn't wrong, but it's only half the story. And the half nobody tells you is the reason most goalkeepers are stuck. I played for over 20 years before I fully understood what was actually holding me back with my weak foot. And when I finally figured it out, I realized I'd been training the wrong thing the entire time. Now, before I explain what I'd missed, you need to understand why this problem is bigger than it looks. Think about how many times you actually use your feet in a match. Back passes, goal kicks, playing out under pressure. A goalkeeper touches the ball with their feet more than people realize. And here's what the other team knows. You have a weak side, and if they press it hard enough, long enough, you will panic at some point. I remember a league match early in my career where the striker made it his personal agenda to force every ball onto my left foot. He almost didn't care about the goal, he only cared about my weak side, and it worked. We didn't lose that game because of a big mistake. We lost possession over and over because I only had one reliable foot. That's the real cost of a weak foot as a goalkeeper. It's not just awkward, it's predictable, and predictable is dangerous. Now, before we get into the fix, please check out the link in the description. I put together a structured training plan that shows you exactly what to do, step by step. So instead of just doing random drills and hoping you improve, you can actually train with a clear plan. Check it out. Hopefully you'll like it, but for now, let's get back to the video. So why does this keep happening even if you put in the work? Well, the answer has nothing to do with how often you practice your weak foot. I had a goalkeeping coach once who gave me one of those pieces of advice that sounds so obvious the moment you hear it, but it completely changes how you see the problem. One day after training, he just stood next to me and said, "Christian, kick the ball with your right foot." So I did. Clean, powerful, no problem. And then he said, "Christian, now kick the ball with your weak foot, but watch your plant foot." And then I saw it. When I used my right foot, my strong foot, my left foot was planted perfectly. Right beside the ball, it knew exactly where to go without me thinking about it. But when I used my left foot, my weak foot, to kick, my right foot, now the support leg, had no idea what to do. I wasn't just bad at kicking with my left, but I was bad at supporting with my right. My strong foot had spent years being the kicker. Nobody had ever asked it to do the other job. The good news is that when you know what the problem is, the fix is embarrassingly simple and you can start doing it today. Start super basic, stand on your dominant foot, your strong foot, and just hop. Do this for 30 seconds, take a small break, then go side to side for 30 seconds, another small break, then front to back, just bouncing around, letting that leg feel what it's like to absorb, balance, and reposition on its own. It almost feels too easy, but that's the point. Once that starts to feel natural, and it will faster than you'd expect, you add the ball, roll the ball from front to back, then side to side, while your strong leg is moving and adjusting around it. From here you can start adding some dribbling with only using your left foot, some cutbacks, or some juggling if you want to, with only your left up foot. Okay? Almost. And once your support leg is sorted, the next step is simpler than most goalkeepers think. You don't need a partner, you just need a wall, and most keepers are massively underusing it. Stand about 5 meters back and start passing with your weak foot, inside of the foot only, and controlling the return with the same foot. For every 3 weak foot passes, do 1 with your strong foot. Pay attention to exactly where you plant your foot, your body position, how you make contact with the ball. Then repeat it on your weak side, trying to copy what you just did on your strong side. Do 100 passes. Yes, 100. It sounds like a lot, but it takes less time than you think. And your brain needs the volume to build the motor pattern. As it gets easier, step back to 10 meters and repeat the same pattern. And when that's comfortable, you can start using your laces for more power. The goal here is never to make your weak foot as strong as your strong foot. That's not realistic, and that's not the target either. The target is a weak foot that gets the job done under pressure, a pass that reaches a teammate 20 meters away consistently. That's more than enough to make the other team's pressing plan fall apart. But unfortunately, simple wall passes only take you that far. The real challenge comes from a completely different kick. Clearances under pressure, switching play to the far side, or picking out your attacker in the hole. These moments demand more than a simple ground pass, and they're significantly harder with your weak foot. A ground pass has some margins for error. A lofted pass though, has almost none. We're not going into the full technique detail right here. I have another video for that and I'll link it in the description. But here's how you can start practicing your long passes. Place the ball in your 6-yard line. Your goal is to hit the net every single time. 3 passes with your weak foot, then 1 with your strong foot. And when you use your strong foot, notice everything: where you plant your support leg, the hip distance, how you swing your arms, and how you get under the ball. Then repeat that on your weak foot, trying to match exactly what you did on your strong foot. When you complete 10 weak foot passes without the ball touching the ground, step further back and repeat. You can do this until you find your distance and then keep improving it. One of my favorite drills is placing 6 or 8 balls around the penalty spot and then trying to clear each one over the crossbar. Do this at least once a week and track how many you can get over the bar, and you'll be surprised how quickly your weak foot improves. And now you know how to build a weak foot that actually works under pressure. But a weak foot is only useful if your distribution technique is solid underneath it. So watch this video next, where I explain the 2 most important passes that every goalkeeper needs to know.